So the assumption is Karla had a BBL.
You don't try hard enough to want to learn Spanish. They're pointing fingers at me.
You guys got married low-key a long time ago so you could get your papers and be able to travel.
You guys have a tape.
Do we?
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. If you guys are new to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that little bell so you guys are notified when we post and make new uploads. Today, me and Karla will be answering assumptions about us as a couple that you guys asked us on our Instagram. And it should be a really exciting video because people assume a lot of stuff about us. And it's a little bit different than a question and answer because question and answer is like they're asking questions they want to know.
Yeah.
But assumptions are things that they've already made up in their mind.
Their head, yeah.
And we have to like confirm or deny or explain like what's really going on with whatever the assumption is. I'm ready to get into this video. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. All right, guys, so if you're ready to watch this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, a like. Let's go. Hey guys, so I want to give a big shout out to Lalo for sponsoring this video. A lot of you guys ask us questions about how we keep our intimate life healthy and interesting, and Lalo is definitely one of the tools that we use to, you know, spice things up. This right here is the Lily 3, and it's a personal massager, perfect for solo or couples play. Either one works. Very compact, very small, and it's perfect for traveling because you guys know we travel a lot. It's so cute also. I love the color. The Lily 3 is designed for women who are on a mission to self-care, and you guys know I'm all about self-care, and if I feel good and if I take care of myself, I project good energy, and also recognize that pleasure is an integral part of the journey. Lalo is celebrating its 20th birthday with the Lily 3, which is an evergreen product that has been improved from generation to generation and is super reliable and ever-present thanks to its small and discreet and ergonomic design. The Lily 3 offers 8 different vibration patterns which vary from more intense to a more of a teasing murmur. It is a USB rechargeable product and it is fully waterproof, so you can take it in the shower or the bath. For their 20th birthday, they are offering a $79 all year round for this product, and honestly guys, we've tried it and it's honestly worth it. We've had it for a while now and we haven't had any complaints. It's really reliable, and like I said, we do travel a lot, so this comes in so handy. The Lily 3 can be bought at a special price, which is $79, which honestly guys, it's so good. I definitely 10 out of 10 recommend. The first assumption is you have a lot of sex.
That's the first one you want to answer off the bat?
But honestly, there's a lot that have that. They're just worded differently. I don't know what is a lot to people, because some people be ODing, talking about crazy amounts of times during the day, and I feel like we have it what we're supposed to have it a day. To some people yes, to some people no.
Probably not every single day necessarily, but it all depends on like what's going on. If we're working a lot, like we're doing stuff, we're traveling, but I would say it's pretty consistent. Like it's not every day, but it's almost pretty much. It's kind of like part of our routine.
Part of the routine.
It's definitely in the routine.
Yeah.
That assumption is pretty true, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So the assumption is you guys only post YouTube videos when the money is running low. First of all, we barely post on here.
Yeah, we do.
It's not because like we pick and choose. It's like we've always just posted like when we feel like we have good content to post. It's not even about like just money, like because there's videos that we post on here that don't make any money. Like literally the truth of drinks that we posted don't make no money. Like those are literally just for you guys to enjoy content. If you're a real true subscriber, you know that we try to post when we have really good quality content to post for you guys, not just some bullshit. We don't just post on YouTube when the money's low. Like YouTube's not even really our main source of income most of the time anyway. We can tell who's a true supporter and who's not, because if you were a true supporter, you wouldn't have even asked or wouldn't have even assumed that.
Yeah. Facts. So the assumption is y'all are an actual couple and not a fake YouTube couple. Answering that, yes, we are a real couple.
Duh.
We're not just doing it for YouTube. That would be kind of weird because we've been together for what, like 6 years almost? Well, 6 years, going on 7. We're engaged. We're gonna get married soon. So yeah, no, it's not just for YouTube.
Yeah, but you gotta think, some people do all those things and still be faking their relationship. So I could see how they would assume that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because there's people out there who get married, they have children, they do a lot of shit and they really don't really be like actually a
Like,
good couple. Like they really be
yeah,
toxic.
That's true.
And that's not me trying to like spill tea on anybody. Like that's just me talking about in general. Like there's definitely a lot of couples out there. And I think, but I feel
you
like
guys probably see it, right?
I feel like anybody with common sense can see through like people's bullshit. Like, cause you can only fake that type of shit for so long.
Yeah.
Wait, they assumed that we're a real couple, or
Yeah.
they assumed we weren't?
That
we
are a real couple, not just.
Yeah, that assumption is very true. Me and Karla are definitely very real.
And we got together before actually starting a YouTube channel, so
yeah,
it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna get with him and we're gonna start a YouTube channel. Like what?
Karla didn't even want to be on
I didn't
YouTube.
want to be on camera. Like I didn't want to even do it. I wasn't comfortable, and then little by little, I felt more and more uncomfortable. So we were like, why not?
If you guys have been here since the beginning, I know like not everybody's been here since the beginning, so it's okay if you haven't. But the people that have, you've probably seen like the growth of both of us, like in front of the camera, especially Karla.
I for sure, yeah, got me.
She wasn't really with that. So the whole idea of us being fake wouldn't even make sense. So yeah, we're definitely real, and it's always gonna be real. Whatever you guys see on here is gonna be as genuine and from the heart as it should be and as it will be, like it always has been. I think
And we always say like our relationship comes first.
our foundation, which is our relationship, comes before us entertaining people, because say we have issues in our relationship, it's gonna come through the camera. You can't act that well. Like you'll see it somewhere,
for sure.
somehow. So
For sure.
yes, that assumption is true. So the assumption is KB wants a boy first and Karla wants a girl. That assumption is not true. I will be happy no matter what.
Yeah.
A lot of guys want boys first, I think, because they think it
Like
will
a
be easy.
Big brother type of thing.
Yeah, I've been the oldest child in my family, like, and I'm a guy, like, but you're the oldest and you're a
sister.
girl. I think they're both, either one I'll be really happy with.
I don't care, obviously. It'll be my child and I love it regardless. Whether it's a boy or girl, whatever. To live out my fantasy and just to like, I'm such a girly girl.
Karla wants a girl. Let's
really
be real.
want a girl. Maybe because I was like the first girl. I love girly things, so it would be really fun to have a girl first. I would also be really happy with the boy because like I said, like I feel like as a boy and being the oldest, like you do have that, you know, big brother protective. If we do have a second child, then it's a girl, or like third, whatever.
Yeah.
Fourth.
Regardless of what we have first, I think we'll just not just gonna keep going forever. There's a fucking fly right here. What the hell? We're not just gonna keep going having like a million kids, but I think we'll definitely have at least minimum 2. Like
Minimum 2.
I think that's a good start.
Minimum 2.
And hopefully like
Yeah.
we can get a balance, because you obviously have you and your brother, which I think is a good balance. And then I have multiple brothers and sisters. Like I have a good balance, but in my immediate family, I had me and my brother and then my 2 sisters. And like, it was always really cool because I had a little bro and then my sister had a little sister. So like we both had like a little buddy, but we were all really cool. So either or, I'll be happy. I just want to have healthy, we're going to speak it into existence, healthy baby. But I want a mini me. Like I want Karla to have a mini me, and but I also want them to look like both of us too at the same time. But I also want, like, it would be cool, like one that looked like
Even if it's the girl looks like you. And the
just like favoring
something.
like a mini me. Like I want a mini me. We're talking about this topic a lot. It sounds exciting.
Okay. Anyways, should we
Want
go
to practice
the next
tonight?
one? Yeah. So the assumption is you run in the relationship. What would you say? Or
False. Because I run in the relationship.
That is a lie.
I do.
That is a big lie.
I do. Who's this?
Why are you trying to?
Hey,
be
in the
like,
comments. In
he
the comments.
wants to be
Hey.
me so bad.
In the comments.
He
Who
wants
is
to be
this?
so bad.
Who is this?
Okay, that's just a habit, honestly. Like, it's just the thing that I have. Not because I'm trying to be mean or anything. It's just, it's kind of like my confused phase. It's like, huh? Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Anyways, to answer the assumption, I will say no. We don't like to say that either one of us runs things. Playfully, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll run shit. Or he'll say, oh yeah, I run shit.
We don't even say that no more either, actually.
We don't say it anymore because I was like, okay, that's getting like weird, and like at the end of the day, like we both run shit. He does things, I do things, and we both know each other's strengths. So like we'll let the one lead. We'll take turns doing that because we know where our strengths are, and we both run things. At the end of the day, we are a couple and we are a team. It doesn't matter who runs it or anything.
So the assumption that she runs it is false.
It's false.
The next assumption is y'all don't like kicking it with other YouTubers like that. I would say that assumption is partly true, partly false. Not that we don't want to kick it with other YouTubers, it's just that we like finding genuine connections with other people, and it's kind of hard because like obviously if you don't hang out with them, you don't really know. So you might hang out with somebody and then think they're cool and then they're not. But I can say, like, I don't know if you guys have been watching our content lately. Like, we've been doing a lot of collabs with people, and like, not even like forced, but like,
not forced because
just
it naturally comes.
Like naturally just collabing with people because we just have been having good energy. So whoever you've been seeing us with recently, we've just been meeting a lot of really cool people over this past like year.
This year, yeah.
Yeah, since COVID's been kind of over and like we've been going outside more and just kind of going to events and having like, you know, your birthday party and stuff.
That
We've been meeting
was
so many people.
And then a lot of new people came, so that you probably guys didn't see us with. So that was really
cool. This whole year has been cool because like me and Karla, if you guys haven't noticed, are real homebodies. Like if somebody assumes that, that's true. We both, well, I have like a lot of social anxiety, even though like we work in social media, so it's kind of like crazy. But we naturally don't hang out with a lot of people. Like we don't have like a whole lot of friends. We don't have like 30 friends. And with YouTube couples and people like in our same industry, like it can get very, very fakey. Like a lot of people just want to get over and like just use you to get to that next whatever it is
thing, and then they're like, oh, okay, whatever.
They'll be cool for a little bit and then they just act funny. We like having our core. Like we don't need to be around nobody. There's people that need to be around people, and me and Karla, like if we don't see people for years, like it doesn't bother me because at the end of the day, just me and her are enough for me, like every time. Us
recently, we've been like really comfortable with just, I don't know, like being in our own little world. Recently, I really don't get FOMO with anything. Like I love being home and I love doing things just me and him, or with my family or with his family. I don't know, just having genuine like fun and connections and just being in my own like solitude sometimes is really nice for me. I've slowly become into an introvert somehow, and you've been into more of an extrovert actually.
The older that we've gotten and like the more that we've grown, I think we've kind of shifted. Like I was more the introverted, like quiet, didn't want to talk to anybody, and Karla was like the loud one. That was one of the assumptions. Oh really? We can talk about that. Okay, we'll save it then. We've gotten older and like we just value our peace and our comfort of like us. Like you guys see, we moved into a new house in a new area, and we were really kind of nervous at first. Just being in a new location, but it's like the best decision, and I'm glad we went with our gut because since we've been doing that, it's been great. So to answer your question, we don't really with nobody like that, but we with everybody. Like we won't assume just because like we hear something or like other people might not like this person. I don't care about none of that. Like if you're a good person and you're solid, we can feel that energy immediately. And I think anybody we've been around, I don't care who it is, whether we have good terms, bad terms, they can never say we just with some fake ass people or oh, KB and Karla act like this, like because we don't. Like that's an actual fact. Like we just cool. I'm cool. If you're cool, we cool.
So the assumption is that you guys had a toxic phase in the beginning of your relationship. I think yes. Not necessarily toxic, like super duper toxic, where it was like one thing where we couldn't fix and get better at. We were really young when we got together, and there was a lot of things mentality wise. I never really been into in a relationship that serious in my life. So even like moving in together and just all those things that I was new to, that I didn't know, that I would probably think that were the right things to do based off social media. I know that sounds kind of weird. You know, like when girls would act crazy and do all these crazy things if he didn't answer your text message or he didn't call you back in like 5 seconds. That wasn't obviously a healthy thing to do. Very defensive, very like jealous, and like, why didn't you call me back? Why didn't you text me? Especially because we did long distance at the beginning of our relationship. Now looking back at it, I'm like, why was I doing that? From previous relationships that came before, my way of thinking and my trust issues were fucked up. So I think that's where I dragged that toxicness into our relationship, which wasn't good. Now I'm way better. I'm mature, a wife, and yeah.
Life is about growth. You gotta think, when you're 20 and 21, that's when me and her got together. Like, you don't really know shit. You think you do. And even at this age, like we think we definitely are more experienced than we know, but we're still learning every day. And like, it's just about making progress, committing to trying to be better. I think that's always been the goal for us. So to answer that question, yeah, I think it was a little bit toxic, but it definitely was not like the toxic, like Krishan and Blueface or some shit.
Yeah.
We never had nothing crazy like that. It's just normal like relationship stuff. Like we're just figuring out how to be adults, and like you said, like we was long distance at first, so it was kind of difficult, and then we moved in together kind of quickly. I definitely say there was a toxic part in the beginning.
When we first got together, I feel like he wasn't so sure his life before and how many girls were probably on
just
you.
All the shit I was seeing,
and like all the things that probably you were experiencing with the girls, and like they were just, he had doubts on me about obviously what type of girl I was. I was in LA living it up. He was like, what is she about? And then obviously when he met me who I really was, instead of just social media, then he was like, oh, okay.
The next assumption is, though y'all been together for a while, she, meaning Karla, can't see a family with you.
That is false. Obviously, I see a future with him.
Why would you even assume that? We just talked about kids just a second ago.
I mean, yeah, they don't know that probably.
But I think it's because we don't have any kids yet, but a lot of people have kids, which is great, and that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I think because we're one of those couples that are kind of the outlier in a way, like because we don't have kids yet, I think people are kind of question why, or like why not yet. I think there's a lot of people that get it, and then there's a lot of people that don't get it, which is so fine. True. When that time comes, y'all will see. It's just not right now. Like, I don't understand why people don't.
Maybe because they want to see it. I don't know what it is, but I get this question, I swear, like every time I see or meet up with people or go out to eat with people or just friends in general, they always like, oh, what, like, when do you guys want to have kids, or do you guys want to have kids? It's okay to wait. We're still so young. That's what sometimes I feel like, what don't you understand? Like, maybe for you, like, I think that's great. I think that's awesome that you want to be like a mom.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Like, if you want to see kids and you want to see family, then go to another channel. But if you want to see two people that are just going on a journey of life together and things happen the way that they're supposed to happen, then you can watch us too. And both are completely fine. And I think the generation above us, like, I think a lot of our parents and grandparents had a lot of kids, like, pretty early. But the crazy part is, everybody that has kids, you know what they tell us? Like, people that really have them,
that really have,
they all tell us to wait and just do it when you're really ready or when you really want to. We made a TikTok, and I might put it up here. I don't know if it's gonna get demonetized or not, but we made a TikTok where it's like, girl, fuck them kids and fuck you too. We don't mean them kids like that, but it's just like, we're living our life. And I guarantee when the time is right, it's gonna happen the way it's supposed to happen, just like everything else. And I think that's what we believe in, is like letting things happen the way that they're supposed to.
Because at the end of the day, we want to be happy.
Exactly, which we are. And we gonna live it up.
We're gonna live it up as, like, whatever. And then when that time comes, I'm gonna be the happiest girl in the world.
Dang, I can't be happy too?
Oh, well, I'm saying, like, we are gonna be the happiest in the world. So the assumption is you guys make some good money, but you guys don't brag about it. When it comes to, like, making money, I don't like to brag about money. I think it's very cringe and embarrassing because I didn't have a lot of money growing up. So I think when just now where I am, like, in my life and what we do, I feel like we just appreciate every little thing, and we just don't like to, like, put it in people's face. Especially Cayman, he's not a very flashy person. Maybe people will say I am, but I don't think I'm in a, like, braggy way of, like, I'll say it out loud, like, oh, I make so much money. I like to splurge on myself because I love fashion, if you guys didn't know. Like, and now that I'm at a point in my life that I can afford those things, and I've always dreamed about having those things, I will sometimes splurge on some things that I really wanted. And a lot of the things I do spend on would be for our house.
I think that assumption is very true. We don't brag about it. Like, I'm not a braggy person because I know that money doesn't equate to happiness. And I know on social media, a lot of people like to post all their wins and, like, everything they're doing and all the material things. But all the material things, like, I just never grew up like that. So no matter how much money I make, I'll never just switch up. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like having nice things, and I think I value the core things more than, like, the in-your-face material things. I just don't know what to buy. Like, the only thing I buy is shoes, and even with the shoes, it's like somebody will be giving me a great deal, or I'm just not gonna buy it, like, unless there's something I really want.
Yeah.
And even with that, they're more like investments, because every shoe I've ever bought, like, I can sell for like triple the amount that I bought them for. We try to be very smart with our money and not just think, oh, because we're making good money now, that lasts forever. Tomorrow's not promised, so we don't just, like, be cheapy on everything, but we try to make really smart decisions financially, just so, like, we're always good and we're not worried about anything, like, overspending on this or that. The assumption is you guys have a tape.
Do we? Oh. Because, I mean, like, we've recorded before-ish.
What are you talking about?
Have we?
No.
Okay, well.
I think 99% of people have done that. I think parents have done that, or grandparents.
Oh, for sure.
I think y'all watching this have done it. Y'all probably got some shit in your phone right now.
You nasty.
So yeah, the answer is yeah. You know, we get, you know.
It's not on our phones.
making movies.
Babe, so the assumption is y'all have lived many past lives together. And I always tell Cayman this, but I think it's so true. And I know it sounds like, oh my god, so cliche. But I really feel like we are meant together. I don't see myself with anybody else, so I feel like I also can't see him with anybody else. Our personalities, they just go together. We understand each other to the T. I feel like we can like read each other's minds.
Like with certain things, you can't force it. Either it works or it doesn't. And I believe that me and Karla work. Literally every time you guys see us on here, it don't even be planned out like that or nothing. Like it's not like we're sitting here like, oh, we need to like talk like this and we need to like do this. It's like, no, we just film it. And then people in the comments like, you guys are literally meant for each other. You guys are meant for each other. I'm like, damn, you know what?
You know what? You might be right.
You might be right. I think that's how it's supposed to be when you are met with somebody. I feel like that assumption is true though. Like if there was a way where we could like
be together again,
you know, in multiple lifetimes, I think like if we were like, you find a way to find that person again in some way, form or fashion, whether we come back as like dogs or something.
Mind you, he was all the way in Oregon and I was over here in California, so.
Yeah, that just lets you know your soulmate might not be in your city. Don't let your city stop you from finding your soulmate. Get on Instagram.
Ooh, facts, I felt that one. If you guys are meant to be together, you guys are gonna find a way to be together.
So the assumption is you don't try hard enough to want to learn Spanish. They're pointing fingers at me. That's not true. I always tell Karla like, please teach me like at least one word a day. She ain't do that shit. I told her as well, like when we have kids, when they start learning Spanish, because obviously they're gonna learn from Karla and her mom and her brother, but we're gonna probably end up getting them a tutor as well. While they're learning, I'm gonna do everything in my power to learn with them as well, because one thing I'm not having is them ganging up on me and talking shit about me and I don't know what they're talking about. That's the last thing that's happening in my household. No, I'm playing, but it's also like her mom doesn't speak English too, so it would, I know deep down it would help, but I know, I don't think anybody expects me like, bro, I'm black. Like, it's not like I just knew Spanish. So it's like I have to go out of my way and really put in that effort, which I will do because I've seen a lot of cultures and been a lot of places. Spanish is one of the languages that I feel like is a little bit easier to understand if you just try to put the pieces together. A lot of words sound the same, like they're kind of the same ideas and like they sound familiar. So I pick up on a lot of stuff. Even with your mom, I have a way of communicating. And, but yeah, like I said, when the kids come, for sure, like I'm gonna really go hard. By the time they really learn it, I should be learning it pretty well as well. And I think that would really help us. And
if he hears it, obviously, too, in the household with the kids. Because the kids will learn it like this. Like, they'll just learn it.
Yeah, because they're kids.
And I learned English really fast when I was a kid. And I grew up only Spanish in my household, only that. So when I came to the States and I had to learn it, I literally just learned it by being around kids and like playing outside. It would be like trying to communicate with me and I would just pick it up so fast. And like less than a year, I knew English. So I think he'll for sure learn it.
Don't assume that I don't try, because I think anybody that really sees me knows that like I try really hard with anything that has to do with my woman. Like there's stuff that y'all don't even know. Like I be trying. Don't try to play me. Like I put in my work. But
he for sure has.
I'll put in whatever work I gotta put in because I feel like that's what you do when you really want to be with somebody, and she'll do the same.
The assumption is that KB ignores the girls you have problems with.
Of course, like whoever she not fucking with, I'm not fucking with either. Like, now don't get me wrong, in public, I'm gonna always have her back, but if she's really wrong or about something, I'll tell her and I'll try to tell her in private, but I'm gonna always have her side no matter what. But that's the key, is like, always have your partner's back, especially in public, in any setting, whether they're right or wrong, but then like let them know if it's right or wrong behind closed doors. Whoever like she don't with them, I have no reason to be hella nice to them or like, for what?
Right.
You know? So this assumption says you thought Karla was way out of your league. I don't think she's out of my league. And I don't think she thinks I was out of her league. I think I just thought that I liked her and I wanted to be with her. I don't think I've ever thought any girl's ever out of my league.
So you're a confident man.
I'm confident but not cocky. Like I'm not like, yeah, I'm just this guy, but like I mean the proof is in the pudding. Like I bring something to the table too. Don't try to play me. I swear, people try to play me like I'm just some dud or some shit. Like I'm gonna be doing nothing. I know I'm decent. I know I'm probably not like the craziest, like most attractive person, but I think we can all say like I'm decent. I'm solid, and decent. Karla's decent too. Like she's all right. You know what I'm saying? Like she could like damn near be my wife, but that's about it. You know. And I don't think anybody, for you guys out there, like guys, girls, like nobody's out of your league. I think people are out of the league based on looks.
Based on looks, yeah.
I think, if anything, Karla thought I was out of her league. Fuck.
So the assumption is Karla had a BBO.
The assumptions are true. Ass is fat. Remember
like,
you when they got the BBO? Remember you got the
yeah.
BBO 4 times.
4 times, yeah, I did.
One was in Mexico, one was in Puerto Rico, one was in Argentina, and the last one was in LA, remember?
Yeah.
No, I'm f***ing with y'all. That was a joke. And that's not me joking about anybody that has surgeries. Yeah. We're obviously pro-surgery on here. Like we're
pro-surgery.
Literally, if you scroll down, like all the way down, you'll see everything that Karla's gotten. Like,
yeah, you'll see whatever I got.
We're very open about that.
But the answer is no, I did not get
She doesn't, but her booty is getting bigger.
Because of Pilates, though. I think Pilates is
Pilates?
Yeah.
It's because of me.
Okay.
You ever heard that before?
I put in some work, so you better give me my props.
I've been putting in work. No, I'm f***ing with you. You know, in high school, they used to be like, yeah, her asking in fact, because she's been
That makes no sense, but I do
back
remember,
shots.
like...
How does that make any sense, though? How are you going to grow an ass from getting back shots? Make that make sense. Like, what? But no, Karla's been putting in work, doing her pink Pilates princess. I think I see results all the time. Like, I'd be like, ooh, dinner might have to eat that today.
Babe.
I'ma eat it. Ah!
Assumption is false. No, I haven't.
No, she hasn't though.
Thanks for that. That makes me feel like I'm doing
That's how you know it's working. If people assume you have BBO, that means it's doing pretty well.
Yeah. I have a class tomorrow morning.
The assumption is Karla is a pillow princess.
Like lazy?
Like when it comes down to getting that do what it do, you just be laying there like a starfish. Just
Please answer that. Please answer that.
Why are you getting hype?
Because.
You getting hype?
No, because I want you to answer that.
No, she's not. We both kind of do our thing. Like we go with the vibe. But
we go with the vibe.
Because I'm tall.
Obviously I'm 5'3", he is 6'6". Put that in your head, okay? Sometimes we're not normal heights. We're here, he's down here. We figured it out. We figured it out.
You know, like a tall tree in the forest. Imagine like trees in the forest. And I'm the tree, and then Karla's just climbing the tree.
Yeah.
Like she's climbing the tree.
Yeah.
And you know, she gets some nice grippage around there.
That's why I be working out.
She got that gorilla grip. You see how our skin be glowing? It's not because of skincare routine, it's because we take care of each other in every aspect.
The assumption is you guys got married low-key a long time ago so you could get your papers and be able to travel. How'd you guys know?
They figured this out.
Fuck, man.
I feel like talking about somebody's legal status is kind of
messed up.
Like y'all f***ed up, but that's low-key racist as hell. But I understand that that's what a lot of people go through. That's not our situation, but people are in that situation. I think there's nothing wrong with
it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. That assumption is false. I was born in the States, so that obviously answers your question.
Y'all smoke hella weed.
No.
That assumption is halfway false, halfway true.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but one of us in here does. I don't know who it is though. It's not me.
It's not me.
Like after I'm productive and I get my work done, that's when I'll do it. But it's not all the time. I think it naturally kind of goes with my vibe. Like everybody has a thing and like
he's calm.
It's one of my thing, but I don't let it overtake me. Like I have to. Like I'm not like that. Or, you know, some people are like
usually just do it when you're done with work.
I'm not dependent on it. Like I have to go smoke before I eat. Oh, I can't eat until I smoke. Oh, I'm not like that. If anything, I'll take a couple puffs. I'll be done. To me, you be acting like a Mexican to please your girlfriend and her family. When do I act like I'm Mexican? You're literally Mexican.
I don't know.
Bro, what? I act like me. I don't know what that is, but it's not me acting a race.
I have no idea what that is.
How would I act Mexican? Maybe I'm supportive of like Mexican culture that I'm acting like that. I'm trying to just figure out like why they would say that.
Who knows? I don't know.
Regardless, like I'm gonna support and rock with like obviously my girl's Mexican, so a lot of the things she's put me on to so many things like
he's always around it, so
yeah, I'm like okay, I'll with that, and I think that's a good thing, not a bad thing.
All right, so this is the last assumption, and this is you both came from nothing and worked really hard for what you have. True.
Very true.
Very, very true on both ends. I think that's why we connected at the beginning is because we both come from similar upbringings and stuff like that. We're also the oldest. We are very protective over our siblings and our family.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone's straight. We always felt like some type of responsibility being the oldest and making sure everyone was good. And I think he could relate to that. I could relate to that. That was something that was really important for me, is to make sure that I was able to give a good, comfortable life to my family. Growing up, I didn't have that necessarily like super comfortable because I was always thinking about what was next or what I could do to help my mom out. Now that I am like, obviously we've grown up and we're able to do what we do, we're able to do that. And yeah, I think we worked both really hard, and we can relate to that.
You know how people be like, man, I ain't came from shit. I feel like it's a little disrespectful to like our parents, because like in reality, it's not like we didn't come from literally nothing. Like I think our parents tried really hard. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie, act like I just came straight out the trenches and I was just struggling super hard. I think we all come from different backgrounds, but we definitely can relate because we both didn't just like have a whole lot of shit. And I think that's honestly why people think like, oh, you guys are super humble. It's because like we've been there, we know what that's like.
The 9 to 5.
We both had to literally grind and like get out of where we were at, and we still do it to this day. Like that's what keeps us going, is knowing that like we have so many opportunities and we're super blessed. We have you guys that follow us. You guys are so supportive. Sometimes I look back on like all the stuff that we've done and I'm just so appreciative of how far we've come in our journey. And I think you guys have seen it too. Like I think we definitely deserve it. Like, and I think that's something that we have to remind ourselves, like we deserve to be in this position because we worked really, really hard. We will continue to work hard, and we will continue to try to give you guys good quality content, because I feel like that's kind of rare to come by nowadays. No shade. Hey, no shade, but hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you go down our page right now, not on just YouTube, but any platform, I feel like you can tell that we care about what we do. Yeah. You gotta be humble, man. That's one of the biggest.
That has to be one of the biggest things ever for me. My friends from like elementary school, and they will tell you right now that I have not changed at all. I try to be just a good person, and honestly, like I'm just thankful for what we have now, and it's all thanks to you guys. We love meeting you guys, which is really, really exciting, because sometimes we get to meet a lot of you guys whenever we go out anywhere. I don't know, sometimes it feels surreal to us because we're like, wow, you're like, you want to take a picture with me? Like you care about me like that much? Like you
still to this day.
Think like it's still shocking to me till this day, because it's like I never just like black it out and like, oh yeah, I'm just like this person. Like no, like it's always shocking to me to be like, what? Like that is crazy. And it's a great feeling, and I'm very, very just appreciative of every single one of you guys.
That is it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, subscribe, like it. If you don't, that's cool, but I'm sure the people that liked it will. Ooh. I don't know when this is gonna be posted, but my birthday's coming up, so that should be really exciting. We're also gonna go on a trip. So you guys will see a lot of really cool stuff that we're doing. Also, if you guys want to see us more often, follow us on TikTok, follow us on everything else. We post a little more frequently on there. That is it for today's video, guys. We'll see y'all next time.